Hello, vlog. Welcome to episode 9 of The Consistent Creator. And in this episode, I want to talk about financial longevity. Yeah, that's right, financial longevity. In the sense of, marathon versus sprinters. Now, we'll start with the sprinters. A lot of people, when it comes to making money or maintaining money or even financial longevity, they don't think long term. They just think about right now. And this is also a reason why a lot of athletes and people that have high incomes, they don't wind up have long financial longevity. I love what somebody once said. Just because somebody makes a high income, that doesn't mean they're gonna be wealthy, or that doesn't mean they're gonna have wealth. Because you could be a type of person that has, you could be making $5 million a year, but if your expenses for the year are 4,999,000 and you only wind up with $100 left, that's not really smart. But yeah, a lot of people are sprinters. And then you also have FOMO, which a lot of us that come into wealth, we never had wealthy parents or we don't seek out the right financial information. And what winds up happening is we want to prove to the world that we're rich and famous and that we have money, but we're not actually there. I mean, like I said, you can see a lot of times, you can see a lot of millionaires, even billionaires. They're not flashy at all. And they got the money to be flashy. But they understand that they can put their money towards better things and get a better return on investment. Or even invest it in philanthropic, opportunities. But that's for a whole other conversation. But yeah, don't be so quick in trying to get this quick money. A lot of times quick money has a lot of negative downfalls. It's a trap. But so many people fall into the trap. As I previously mentioned, a lot of people want to look rich. They want to look wealthy. I actually started being wealthy. And a huge principle to that is that if you can't manage a dollar, how you going to manage millions? I'll say that one more time. If you can't manage a dollar, how you going to manage millions? And that's what a lot of people think, that just because they come into this money, all of a sudden, that's going to make it a whole lot better. Oh, I got millions of dollars now. My life is going to be better. It's going to be easy for me to manage. You never managed a dollar. You never managed $100. You never managed $1,000. So you went from being a person that didn't have a lot of money to now making a lot of money. And then all of a sudden overnight you're going to get a handle on your money. It's going to be easy for you to lose money because you never managed it. So it all comes down to experience. Now, let's talk about the marathon runners. You got the marathon runners, or people that think long term, in the sense that they're not thinking about today. They're not even thinking about tomorrow. They're not even thinking about a year from now, or even 5 years from now. They thinking about 10 years. They thinking decades. That's right. Decades, not days, not months. They're thinking about decades. What about the next 10 years? What about the next 20 years? What about the next 30 years? How do I want to live? Am I going to have enough money? What about my kids? What about my grandkids? What about the things that I'm passionate about? What about the things that I want to invest in? And I love what a lot of people say in the business community. Anything that's sustainable or that has longevity, it takes a long time to build. But not even just when you build it, to develop it, to manage it, that takes time. That takes effort. That takes energy. But more important, you got to be intentional. It all starts with intention. You have to be intentional on what it is that you seek out of financial longevity. Like I said, it could be great. You can talk about how you made, so much money, and then 10, 20 years later, you're broke. You ain't got no money. Or you could be the person that says, yeah, it took me longer to build, but I have a strong foundation that can last me for the rest of my life. And I don't know, I'm creating generational wealth. It's passed down from generation to generation. And that's what we should be focused on, generational wealth. Now, for the people that decide not to be parents, you still can invest your time, effort, energy into causes, into things that you really believe in. So, like I said, you may not have kids to leave your money to, but what about your friends? What about organizations that you really care about who continue those efforts? And they can name buildings and awards and everything else, and your legacy can continue that way. It doesn't necessarily have to be through your family. So, but like I said, for me, I prefer the longevity route. I'm giving myself the next 12 years to kind of be where I really need to be. And that's the other thing is, so sometimes you're gonna have to adjust because where I wanted to be, I thought I was gonna be there already, but there were some things that I had to learn. So, and I'm learning how to take my time and be patient and get there. To me, the most important thing is getting to my financial longevity, getting to my financial goals, but instead of what age I get to at. Now, like I said, I set goals and I set guidelines, but that's just to keep me focused and motivated. But even if I only get to my goal at 50 or 55 or 60, I'm still grateful for the opportunity that I put in the hard work and I sacrifice in my younger years to get there versus people that don't even get there. And that's why, I prefer the marathon. I prefer to start slow and finish strong. Because you have a lot of people that do that. They start out real fast. Like I said, 10, 20, 30 years later, you're looking like, what happened, It all comes down really to, like I mentioned in the previous episode, financial literacy. We really need to take, time in financial literacy. But it also comes down to values. But the biggest trap that we fall into, like I mentioned earlier, is FOMO. Is we want to project, because of insecurity, we want to project a strong, positive image to others to show that I'm winning. Like you want the world, because you seek validation. You seek validation, so you want to show the world that, hey, look, I'm winning. I just signed a $100 million contract. I'm on yachts. I'm taking planes. I'm doing this. It's all for ego. It's all for show. It's all for show. Because you got to satisfy it. Because you're really a little boy. Because you're really a little girl. You haven't really dealt with those issues. And money is very important to you. Money is a very important resource, which I'll talk about that in, about values when it comes to money in next episode, episode 10. But that's the thing. Most people are so caught up in money. That's their whole focus. That's their whole life. It's chasing money and amassing money. I think there's more to life than money. But as I said, I'll talk about that more in episode 10 coming up. But yeah, I just recommend the marathon. I really do. Not only that, you'll appreciate stuff more. When you gotta put forth the time, effort, energy, and all that, you appreciate stuff more. Instead of getting stuff quick. When you get stuff quick, you don't really appreciate it. Or if somebody give you something and you ain't really gotta work for it, you ain't really gotta develop it, you ain't gotta really manage it, you don't appreciate it as much. There's a lot of pride that comes with that. But you gotta be willing to, take that marathon. Most people ain't willing to that. They wanna hurry up and get there. Rush, 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 rush. How can I find the latest hack? How can I find the latest trick? And don't get caught up in these headlines, Oh, I got this money making opportunity in real estate, We can give you X percent, or we're gonna do this for you, Don't believe in all these promises. Headline. Breaking news, The top 20 things you need to become a millionaire by 2030. Really? A lot of that stuff is just principles. But what they don't tell you about is work. That's what they don't really tell you about. They have this one-size solution that's going to fix everything. A lot of times you just need to stay away from that stuff. Now, that don't mean, like I said, that don't mean you can't invest in self-education, but you gotta protect yourself. Because there's a lot of scammers out there that's just looking to take people money. And that's basically how they got money. They got money by scamming people, not really providing value and solving problems. But they got it by, manipulating people. So you got to be careful. But yeah, financial longevity. That's what you should focus on. That should really be, your thing. Not like I said, it just depends on what you want out of life. It depends on your ambitions as well. But, you know, go for the marathon. You can do it. But I know it takes work. And it's going to be slow. But you want to slowly build. Like I said, you want this to be long lasting. You really want it to be long lasting. You ain't trying to, you don't want it to be short and quick. You want it to be long and slow. So, I'll end with that note. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Should, you pursue financial longevity in the short term, or would you want something long term? So, once again, thanks for tuning in to episode 9. I'll see you in episode 10. You deserve the best. Simmons out.